Warning: the following content contains language that is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
You're now watching Saturday Night Shoot, right here on TRN.
JD from New York here, and what did you think of that fucking intro, man? Breaking news, Joe Cronin, JD, going to be on TRN Saturday Night Shoot, man. We both are the new co-hosts. I got more information on that later in the video. I will let you guys know what's going on, but tomorrow night on TRN's YouTube channel, JD and Joe Cronin will be talking about WWE, unfiltered, uncensored, anything goes, man. We're going to be shooting, and it's going to be fucking great. Saturday Night Shoot on TRN tomorrow night. Go check it out. Their link to their YouTube page and their Twitter are down below. And like I said, I will have more information on that very show, on that night, later in this video, so stick around, guys. Thank you for joining me for Off The Script. This is episode number 47. Getting close to that big number 50, man. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to talk about WWE. We're going to talk about Daniel Bryan. We're going to talk about a potential winner for the Royal Rumble 2015. What does WWE have in mind? Is it Bryan? Is it Reigns? What do they got planned for Daniel Bryan as far as a next feud goes since his return? And Roman Reigns promo work. What is going on with that? What is the backstage reaction to Roman Reigns and the backstage interviews that he has conducted over the past several weeks, man? What is the feeling backstage with WWE officials? I got all that, plus so much more on this weekend's Off The Script. Let's get right into it, man. We're going to start off with the 2015 Royal Rumble. I cannot wait for the Royal Rumble. It is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I'm excited. It's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be great. And I can't wait to bring you guys my review after the show, man. It's going to be fucking fantastic. And thank you so much for all the love and support on my pay-per-view reviews. They are going over so well, man. Better than I even imagined when I first started this, man. Thank you so much. But regardless of that, or I'll talk about that a couple weeks down the line when we get closer to the Royal Rumble. According to Reddit user Mets Fan Forever. Now, don't take him too seriously. I'm reporting this because it's interesting news, and he has been right in the past. All right? So, according to Mets Fan Forever, who has broke several WWE stories in the past, such as CM Punk and AJ Lee's secret wedding, WWE officials are torn about who should win the Royal Rumble match on January 25th. Mets Fan Forever took to his preferred medium of Reddit on January 5th to reveal that officials and superstars alike are not seeing eye to eye in regards as to who should win the 28th annual Royal Rumble match and head to WrestleMania 31 as the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship to go against Brock Lesnar. As previously reported, WWE officials are beginning to second-guess their original plan of Roman Reigns being the winner of that Royal Rumble, and have also discussed Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose for possible winners of the 28th annual Royal Rumble. However, that was before Daniel Bryan was even announced for the match, which has added a different dynamic to the upcoming Battle Royal. Many within the company apparently feel that either Reigns or Bryan should be the victor of the annual Rumble match. And they each have different reasons why. Some want Reigns to win because they believe that he is the future of the company, the next John Cena, and think that a Rumble WrestleMania win would skyrocket Reigns into that position this year. And I'm going to stop right there before I even continue on with this story. You don't need to rush. And this is what I'm going to be talking about on my segment for Saturday Night Shoot on TRN with Joe Cronin. I talk about this very subject. It is too soon for Roman Reigns. There's no reason, there's no way WWE can get everyone invested in Roman Reigns before WrestleMania. You do not need a face of the company just yet, okay? That position was being handed to Daniel Bryan until he got injured. You got to do the restart with Daniel Bryan. He never had a fair chance. He never had a fair chance to prove to the fans, to the company, and he never had a fair chance with the title at all. Okay? This is the perfect opportunity to do a reset with Daniel Bryan. I think Daniel Bryan should win the Royal Rumble. I think a match with Brock Lesnar would be absolutely money and something that would be very intriguing to all wrestling fans because it would provide something different. It would provide that old school feel, man. That old school feel of going back to WrestleMania when we all seen Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. It would be not the same, but quite similar. Hulk Hogan trying to overcome the odds of the Giant, Andre the Giant. It would be the same thing here. Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar. Can Daniel Bryan take down the Beast? It's money, man. David versus Goliath. Good versus evil. You know, you got insurmountable odds stacked against you. And Daniel Bryan is a people's champion. He is someone that the people adore and love. He will have everyone siding with him, man. They could create Brock Lesnar into the biggest villain ever. Ever. Daniel Bryan got to find a way to take down that giant. They could go that route, or WWE can simply just fuck it all up and have Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble, and this year's WrestleMania would be a complete wash. Roman Reigns is not ready. His mic skills are awful. He doesn't provide anything new. He's John Cena version 2.0. And can you envision Roman Reigns tossing Daniel Bryan out of the Royal Rumble if they are the last two men standing? Can you imagine that? There's going to be riots. There's going to be shit thrown in the ring. Roman Reigns will quickly turn into a villain because of what he did to Daniel Bryan there. It would be Batista's situation last year at the Royal Rumble all over again. And everything that WWE is building up with Roman Reigns would be pretty much crumpled and thrown away in the garbage. WWE would have wasted all of our time with Roman Reigns if they decide to have Roman Reigns eliminate Daniel Bryan. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE goes that route because they're fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. They're clueless. They don't have any idea what to do. Okay? I'm giving you the best possible scenario right here. Simple is best. I've said this. I've been quoted on this channel. Simple is best. I don't get it. There's no need for a face of the company to give Roman Reigns this fucking honor. There's no reason for it right now. He's too young. He's green in the ring. He doesn't captivate the audience. He's got terrible fucking ring gear to the point where I can't take him seriously. And I mentioned this on Saturday Night Shoot. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to spoil the commentary for you guys. But Roman Reigns needs a complete change. He needs a complete change. He's maybe 2 or 3 years away from being the face of the company. John Cena is not ready to let that spotlight go. He's not ready to let that top spot go. What's the rush for creating a new star? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Moving on, all right? They want to skyrocket Reigns into that position. It makes no sense to me. However, there are some that are not yet convinced that it is Reigns' time in the top spot just yet. Yes, I agree with those people. I agree with those people. I'm pretty sure one of those people that wants to skyrocket Reigns is Triple H. Huge mistake, buddy. Huge mistake. Those that feel like Bryan should win the Rumble not only believe that he deserves it after the fan response to his return announcement on Monday Night Raw a few weeks back, but also because they are scared that if Bryan is in the bout and doesn't win, there may be another fan revolt against whoever does win, much like what happened with Batista in 2014. However, some officials believe that Bryan is still a B-plus player. Fuck them. Fuck them. And again, I say, fuck them. Those people should not be working in the wrestling business. Those people shouldn't even be employed with the WWE, because obviously if you're telling me, if they're telling you that Bryan is a B player, a B-plus player, and not a main event player, regardless of what happened at WrestleMania 30, they have no fucking valid opinion. And anything that comes out of their mouth should be fucking ignored. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Who do you want in the main event? Roman Reigns, who's going to deliver 3 fucking moves, and the rest of the moves are going to be rest holds, and he's going to be on the ground? Say Lesnar's in the match. What is Lesnar going to do, man? Lesnar is a fucking monster. He's not going to be able to carry Brock Lesnar in a match that is equivalent to a WrestleMania main event. He couldn't do it with Seth Rollins. What makes you think he's going to do it with Brock Lesnar? Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Bryan would be able to do that with Brock Lesnar. Bryan would do that with anybody. I could be in there. He could give me a fucking good match. He could fucking he could put on a star performance with a cardboard cutout. That's how good Bryan is, man. It is also said that those that don't want to see Bryan win are also questioning his long-term future, as no one knows how well Bryan's body will hold up going forward. That is the only negative here. Nobody knows. But Bryan, if he got the okay from doctors, and he's working out, and he's practicing, and he's fucking preparing for a return, obviously he should be ready to go. Alright, so I don't doubt that one bit. But being put in a main event, if they do give it to him, to go on to WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar, that may be a little concerning, because Brock Lesnar is very, very stiff. And I don't know how well Bryan's going to hold up if he is indeed in a 20-minute match with Brock Lesnar. That remains to be seen, but it is definitely exciting. It's intriguing. It's something different. And Daniel Bryan has been on record saying that he wants Brock Lesnar. He's not turning down Brock Lesnar. He wants that match. This was the match that was supposed to be last year at SummerSlam until he got hurt. And then we seen John Cena be put in that position because WWE had no other choice, and Lesnar destroyed John Cena, as we all know, in that infamous main event. More Daniel Bryan news. Multiple reports from sources such as the Wrestling Observer radio show and others have provided an update on Daniel Bryan's return and next feud. As previously reported, Bryan will return to in-ring competition at the Royal Rumble, vying for a WWE Championship opportunity at WrestleMania 31. According to reports, Bryan has been added to the January 12th edition of Monday Night Raw, as well as the January 13th SmackDown tapings, but should not be competing in any matches during either event. Bryan will be on the shows simply to promote his return and set up tension between he and other superstars. WWE officials reportedly want Bryan to begin feuding with Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins upon his return. Excellent idea. Even during the road to WrestleMania. There have been no confirmations in regards to this, if this means Bryan versus Rollins will be the main event at WrestleMania. No confirmations at all. But this may be the matchup officials are looking for come March 29th. Now, I would not be opposed to that either. I'm sure you people would not be opposed to that as well. Seth Rollins has been put in the position of leader of the Authority, excluding Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. He is the one that brought them back. He has now been granted an opportunity to win the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins has everything working for him, man. If he somehow loses the match at the Royal Rumble in this triple threat with Cena and Lesnar, he still has that Money in the Bank briefcase as the equalizer, as plan B. He could still walk out of the Royal Rumble in Philadelphia with the title, and he doesn't need to actually win the match. Okay? That's what the great thing is about the Money in the Bank. Now, WWE can go that route. They can have Cena beat Lesnar, and they could fuck Cena over at the Royal Rumble by having Seth Rollins cash in. Lesnar can beat Cena again. And Seth Rollins can say fuck you to Heyman after the several handshakes that they had in the past couple of weeks. Turning his back on Heyman in this agreement that they have, not only to steal the title, but turn his back on Heyman and Lesnar in the process, betraying them. It makes for an intriguing night, and WWE can go several different ways, okay? Or Seth Rollins can blow both of these opportunities, not walk out of the Royal Rumble with the belt, but can somehow weasel his way into the Royal Rumble and win the Royal Rumble match. Man, WWE can go several different ways about this. But Bryan versus Rollins at WrestleMania for the main event for the WWE Championship, again, serves as a great story. Bryan, again, can get into it with the Authority. They can hamper him down. They can ridicule him, throw shit in his way. He's got to overcome it. And then, again, goes on to WrestleMania to beat the Authority. And Sting beats Triple H. Rollins loses to Bryan. Authority has a shit WrestleMania once again. And Bryan is the new WWE Champion. WWE can go about it several different ways. But again, I think a lot of you would be okay with Rollins and Bryan closing WrestleMania in the main event for the WWE Championship. Either way, I think Daniel Bryan should be the challenger for the WWE Championship. On January 5th, WWE aired its first showing of Monday Night Raw in 2015, and by God, it was fucking dreadful. Unfortunately, the event received poor reaction from WWE fans and its workers. No shit. The entire script for the show was written reportedly at 3 p.m. on the day of the show. Again, colossal failure by WWE. Now, according to Reddit user Mets Fan Forever, a person claiming to be a former WWE employee who has broken numerous stories in the business, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, he reported about CM Punk and AJ Lee, amongst several other stories, reports that COO Triple H had a talent meeting before Raw. The user's words are an update to his or her previous post about how WWE officials are split on who will win the 2000 Rumble match, and go on to main event WrestleMania 31. The update from Mets Fan Forever reveals that Triple H held a talent meeting in order to inform all WWE talent that the company has not yet chosen who will win the 2015 Royal Rumble. Triple H reportedly challenged the locker room to step up their game as the Royal Rumble pay-per-view on January 25th draws closer. Within a few weeks, a decision will be made. Though, until then, all WWE talents will be evaluated to see who will go on to WWE's biggest show of the year. Okay? WWE aired its first edition of Monday Night Raw in 2015 on January 5th. Okay? We know this. Bringing in the new year was the return of the Authority. Following a well-received episode from the past week, WWE would give its fans a reason to turn 180. Generally, fans did not like much of the show, especially its ending. The close of the show saw the Authority fire Eric Rowan, Dolph Ziggler, Ryback as punishment for their role on Team Cena at Survivor Series, where the Authority lost its power. Additionally, the show was rumored to contain a big angle to kickstart 2015, but that would not happen. PW Insider published a report in regards to the backstage sentiment surrounding the poorly received episode of Monday Night Raw. According to the website, the entire script, like I previously mentioned, was rewritten at 3 p.m. The feeling backstage is that Vince McMahon tore up the previous script at 3 p.m., rewriting the entire show by himself. Many also believe that a lot of the promos from Triple H and Stephanie McMahon sounded like they were straight out of Vince McMahon's mouth. The promos were performed by Triple H and Stephanie, but believed to be a representation of Vince, his voice, and his vision. Overall, the episode was not well received from WWE employees. Some were upset about the spot that the company put Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, and Eric Rowan in due to their firing. These people believe that this is a tough spot for all three stars to get out of, especially Ziggler, who is riding high on his momentum from Survivor Series. Boneheaded move, especially on Ziggler's part. You give him back the IC title. He has the company on his back. Maintains the WWE order by winning Survivor Series in a fucking classic showdown with Seth Rollins. Sting makes his long-awaited debut. They fucked Sting's debut up in the process. They took all the momentum from Ziggler, from Survivor Series. He went on to TLC to deliver the match of the night with Luke Harper in an IC title ladder match. And then he wins the title back. He's maintaining his status as IC champion. Then come Monday Night Raw, he's fired. He gets destroyed by Wade Barrett, and he loses the IC title all in one night. You sucked everything that Ziggler worked so hard for right out like that. And WWE now expects Ziggler to come back and bounce back from this. It's going to be very fucking difficult, okay? How is he going to be in the Royal Rumble if he's fired? Will Vince McMahon come on TV and rehire all three men and say, you know what, fuck this. WWE, the authority, shit is getting out of control. I'm stepping in and I'm rehiring these guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what WWE's got planned. Does Sting come back and rehire them? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe not Sting, but gotta be Vince McMahon. Who else is going to come back and hire these guys? Are these guys going to be in the Rumble? They have to be in the Rumble. They have to be. I don't see why Dolph Ziggler would not be in the Royal Rumble, but it was a boneheaded move on WWE's part, and I didn't like it one bit, man. The entire show was just fucking full of the authority, full of Kane running rampant, you know, breaking rules and making rules up on the go. A lot of heels on the show getting what they want. It was just a very depressing show, man. There was nothing mixed in that made the fans excited to see the show or finish watching the show. It was all heel heavy, man. You can't have an entire show filled with heels getting what they want, overcoming the faces all night, man. It's not going to do the live crowd any good. And that's what I seen from Monday Night Raw. And finally, guys, going to end this one with Roman Reigns. Big story on Roman Reigns. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, they mentioned what the backstage view of Roman Reigns promos look like amongst certain circles. Reigns' skills on the microphone have somewhat hindered his progression as an up-and-coming megastar. I wouldn't go that far, man. He's fucking not going to be a megastar anytime soon. In a lot of eyes, especially with internet wrestling fans. And it seems as if some within the WWE itself feel the same way. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter claims that some backstage have said that Reigns' promos are killing him. They believe that it's just not his green delivery on the mic, but also the words that WWE writers are penning for him. Those talking about the situation backstage have stated that it feels like the scripts are being written for Reigns have put him in a proverbial quicksand, and they may have him sink. Those promos may have him sinking faster into his own trap if he continues to read such mediocre material. With Reigns being positioned to look strong in the ring, in video packages and elsewhere, people feel as if the disconnect with him as a performer happens as soon as he opens his mouth. Absolutely fucking true. The disconnect happens when he's in the fucking ring as well, because he's not doing anything to keep me invested in his matches. If, like I said, you can't carry a match with Seth Rollins, you're doing something wrong there, man. You're doing something wrong. And I mentioned this on Saturday Night Shoot. I go in depth with this. Make sure you tune it in. I'll talk about that in a second. While the question therein is, how can WWE writers fix this before it's too late? Some WWE officials are already losing faith in Reigns' potential as the next John Cena. Good. While Triple H and Vince McMahon immediately thought Reigns could be the next top guy due to his amazing look and marketability, WWE Universe is obviously wanting a bit more than just a pretty face and a built body these days. Damn right. Initially, it was believed that Roman Reigns was destined to win the 2015 Royal Rumble and head to WrestleMania 31 as the #1 contender for Brock Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Not only that, he was believed to be getting groomed behind the scenes to win the title and take his rightful place atop the main roster on March 29th in a match with current champion Brock Lesnar. Belief was that if Reigns conquers the conqueror of the Undertaker streak, he'd instantly be a made man. However, fans have not received Reigns as well as the company would have hoped, mostly due to his lack of mic skills combined with the feeling that his push is being forced down our throats. The company has reportedly now been questioning their original WrestleMania plans and may not even allow Lesnar to carry the title into WrestleMania 31. Seth Rollins has been added to the John Cena vs. Lesnar Championship bout at the Royal Rumble, and as Rollins has been positioning himself as a top heel for months, he could leave the event as the new WWE Champion in line for a match with Reigns. Fucking God, no, man. I don't want to see that match at WrestleMania. We've seen it twice already on free TV. What's going to be any different at WrestleMania 31? Nothing. Except for a predictable fucking outcome where Reigns is the WWE champion. Fuck that. If you're going to give Rollins the belt, Daniel Bryan is the ideal fucking opponent, man. Enough of this shit. Alright? Reports claim that Triple H told the WWE locker room just before January 5th of Monday Night Raw that officials have yet to select who they want to win the Royal Rumble match. And that right now is anybody's spot to take. I think Triple H is merely saying that to get people amped up and riled up, you know? They have a winner. I know they know who's going to win the match. He's just saying that to look like a good boss. Step up your game, man. It's one of the biggest events of the year. That's why he's saying it, to get those guys excited. So that's typical fucking business by one of the, one of the goons backstage. In this case, Triple H. Needless to say, Reigns is still likely to defeat 29 other men and head to Mania as the next big thing, but his ability to get over with the fans is floundering, and due to his promos, he may get removed from his assumed position of Royal Rumble winner before the event even goes live on January 25th. That would be the right thing. If they don't want Lesnar going into Mania, obviously Rollins and Bryan is your next best bet. Simple. Then again, the question remains, who is Brock Lesnar going to face at WrestleMania? He could still go against Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns can beat Brock Lesnar in a non-title match, man. Fine. If Lesnar is not going to re-sign with the WWE, I don't mind Reigns going over Brock Lesnar. I just don't mind Reigns going over Brock Lesnar for the title. Completely different scenario. He could beat Brock Lesnar in a number one contenders match. Lesnar could vie for a rematch that he wasn't pinned, or he didn't lose the title correctly. He got fucked. You know, he's the champion. He gets a rematch clause. Fine. Fine. And they could weasel some way into Reigns becoming a number one contender in a match with Brock Lesnar, have him beat Lesnar at WrestleMania. Fine. But I don't want him beating Lesnar for the title. I would rather have a classic WWE old school feel for the title, man. Rollins, Bryan in a fucking 5-star classic for the belt at Mania. Bryan wins, is the new face of the company, is going to position himself right under John Cena when John Cena hangs up the boots. That's the way it should go. I just think that is the best route for WWE to take. All this Roman Reigns talk is fucking getting on my nerves, man. If WWE gives the Rumble to Reigns on January 25th, I'm coming right on here and I'm tearing that show to fucking shreds. You're going to see a rant like you've never seen before. And that's off the script. Alright, guys? Hope you enjoyed lots of fucking news this Friday. Leave a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Helps out my channel. Helps get this brand, this channel, and what I do to a wider audience, man. Thank you so much for all the love and support. If you guys want more additional wrestling content, Joe Cronin Show, TRN, and last but not least, man, CSR, Chair Shot Reality, WrestleZone.com, LaBar, Eisenberg, Ghoulish. Go check them out. They're coming back from their holiday. They got new shows. They got a lot to fucking debate and discuss right over on WrestleZone.com. Go check those guys out, as well as on YouTube.com. All three links to social media down below. I will be on Saturday Night Shoot with Joe Cronin over on TRN's YouTube channel. Go and check that out this Saturday. It is going to be fucking biblical. If you guys missed the show, I'm going to see if the guys over at TRN do not mind for me to upload that show right here on my channel to get them, to get their exposure out there, to get the show to a wider audience, man. I'm going to see if I could do that for you guys, just in case you guys miss the show. So look forward to that. Lots of news coming this weekend. What do I have planned for part 2? Vince says NXT is overrated. Yes, I'm going to read that again. Vince McMahon says NXT and its talent is overrated. Seth Rollins, more plans, updated plans for the Royal Rumble main event. I got a lot of news, guys, and news on Del Rio going to TNA. They are making every attempt possible to get Del Rio in TNA. And I did watch TNA live from the Manhattan Center in New York City on Destination America on Thursday. I will have more to say about that on Saturday's edition of Off the Script. So if you guys want my opinion on TNA, I will certainly give it to you tomorrow. I think I went a little bit longer than I wanted to. We're coming up on 30 minutes here. But Saturday is going to be a big show, guys. Don't miss it. Like I said, leave a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Saturday, Off The Script Part 2. Lots of news, man. I can't wait to explain this one to you. Vince McMahon says NXT is overrated. Really now? What a fucking goon. I'll see you guys later.